Yo guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back with another online quick race video. Today we're at the Silverstone Grand Prix, sat in P18 in the McLaren Honda, and we'll be hoping to get a good result. It's probably realistic qualifying for the McLaren Honda, but hopefully you can make up some positions in the race. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. As lights out and away we go, and the Force India next to us does not get away at all. Neither does the Haas car ahead of us. Up into P16 before we've even made it to turn 1. We've got a man next to us ghosting. Heading into turn 1, we've got the Williams of Toro Rosso going off the track. I think Toro Rosso got collected there up into P13 at turn 1. Got the Red Bull ahead of us, and there's more collisions up ahead. We would expect this. Pretty much half the field is facing the wrong direction out of turn number 3, I think. Getting a car back on the Red Bull, battling for P8 now. Already up 10 positions, and we've not even made it to Sector 2. And fairly easily, quite cleanly, making it up to P8, heading into Sector 2 now. We've got 2 Mercedes going side by side as we head down to Luffield. We'll be able to make up more positions. They don't look too quick. We're going to try and get the cut back on the Mercedes. We've got our Haas, the second Haas, going wide, and we get the cut back on the Mercedes very, very close to his front right tyre. We make it up into P5, P4 as someone's off the track there. Not even in Sector 3 yet, and we're already up into 4th position. We've got Mercedes to our left, trying to go side by side for us as we head down to Max Beckett's. That's not going to go well. Getting a little bit ahead of him, and we hit his teammate in the second Mercedes, and we lose position to his teammate. Trying to get the car back on the exit Max Beckett's, and we're straight back into 4th place. If we keep up this consistency, we could be on for a 3rd place finish here, or maybe even better, a 2nd place just ahead. I'm not actually too sure where 1st place is, but we could potentially get 2nd place here from 18th on the grid. As the Force India ahead, taking a very interesting line, ruins his exit as we head down to the 3rd to last corner. We're going to try and outbrake him round the outside, and this is going to be a very difficult overtake. We're getting held up slightly by the Mercedes, side by side with the Force India, through the penultimate corner, and we're going to be side by side through the final corner, taking a very tight line, narrowly missing the Force India. The Red Bull gets the better of us, as does the Mercedes, and looks like a Haas, I think. Yeah, a Haas is going to take back 6th position. We're down to 7th now, but it looks like the Mercedes and the Red Bull are battling. There's contact between the two. Luckily the Mercedes goes. The Toro Rosso is right. I didn't even know there was a Toro Rosso, but we hit the back of the Force India and actually lose a bit of momentum. I think on that crash there was a Williams, a Red Bull, a Toro Rosso and a Mercedes. We're trying to go through the Force India but have to give the position back, and now heading down to Luffield for the 2nd time. We have the slipstream, and the Force India takes a swipe at us. We hit the 150 meter board, and we've collected someone else there, and we are out of the Silverstone Grand Prix, looking good for 2nd place, and that Force India is an utter kill. Moving on to Hungary then, we sit in P8 in the McLaren once again. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Are there any other cars that don't get away this time? Yes, there was. I think that was a Renault. Not getting away once again. I'm not really too sure why he's playing the game. But we're almost 3 wide, heading down to turn 1. Side by side with the Williams. We get him under braking. And the McLaren absolutely molests everyone. And at turn 1, we are battling for 3rd position. Thanks to my teammate. Not really too sure what was going through his head. DC, do you want to take us through that?
I'm furious and I'm not even in the car. I hate to see unsporting behaviour. Doing that on the racetrack is just mindless.
However, heading down to the 3rd sector, we're sat behind Vettel in the Williams. It's pretty weird saying that, but heading down to the penultimate corner is quite difficult to overtake on this track, so we're hoping he's going to make a mistake. And that's exactly what he does in the penultimate corner, runs a little bit wide. We take the opportunity to move up the inside and straight up into 1st place. And from 8th on the grid at Hungary, a track difficult to overtake, we lead the race after lap 1. On to lap 4 now. We've got Vettel behind us. Looks like he's struggling to overtake, so as long as there's no incidents ahead of us or any dickheads trying to take us out, there's yellow flags ahead. That's never a good sign. Hopefully it's not who I think it is. It's fucking car world. Of course it is. Of course it is. He gets in our way, forces us wide into the barrier, and we lose a position to Vettel in the Williams. Is he going to... Nope. Okay, he's... What the fuck happened there? Coming on to the final lap now, we are under pressure from the Mercedes behind us. We had a win in our hands, but thanks to an utter retard, we have lost that. Coming to turn 1 now, and the Mercedes goes for the dirtiest dive bomb I have seen since Fernando Alonso at China. But unlike Alonso, the Mercedes does actually make the move stick, and we move down to 3rd position. And we've seemed to have lost all our pace now. We're sat behind Mercedes now, but coming into sector 2, it's just not an overtaking sector, and we hit the back of Mercedes. We've lost more momentum onto the grass. Luckily, we're not going to lose third place, I don't think, but we've lost a heap of time to Mercedes, and it's looking... Well, if we continue this, we're going to lose a podium at this rate. Heading down to sector 3 now for the final time, and the two race leaders, the Mercedes sat at the side of the track and the Williams is trying to rejoin, but Carworld is blocking him. Carworld may have just redeemed himself right now. He is really causing Vettel trouble. Heading down to the final corner, it's going to be very difficult to overtake. We can't go on the outside, but Carworld comes out of nowhere at the inside, wipes out the Williams, and we're going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. The most unlikely of wins, but we win here in Hungary. Thanks to Carworld. He caused us the win on lap number 4, but lap number 5, he well and truly redeemed himself, wiping out both first and second, and wiping out first on the final corner in spectacular fashion. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new in here. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.